Hands up. Hello, 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 Sharon Lechter.
Hello, Lisa. Oh, I'm so delighted to be with you today. Can't wait for our time together.
I know. Well, as you can see, I'm at the beautiful Barton Springs swimming pool in Austin, Texas. Everyone looks like they're social distancing, and I've been filming home buyers. I'm filming a home buyers university that our mortgage company is offering to everybody in the market to buy a home, and we're giving lots of hacks. And so I was filming some stuff today on about all the great things about living in Austin, and one of them I'm trying to get so people can see is beautiful Barton Springs in downtown Austin, and that's a natural spring swimming pool. And it's closed now.
It's beautiful.
And where are you?
It's beautiful. And all the parks.
Oh, yes.
All the parks here are closed too. It's crazy.
Everybody in the market to buy a home, and we're giving lots of hacks. And so I was filming some stuff today. I heard a delay. Okay, there you go. So tell us where you're at right now. I already know because you and I were filming your new podcast, the new one you've been asked to do for women and investing and stuff. So thank you for having me as a guest. I always love talking.
Of course, I'm excited. I am at my ranch, Cherry Creek Lodge. I see the video doesn't look that great, so we're going to try and make it better. But yes, we are here at the ranch. I figured social distancing of 6 feet, well, let's make it 200 miles. So here I am.
Oh my gosh. And so Sharon, in our, you and I came together today because we wanted to chat a little bit about our mastermind group, which from the time you and I did our podcast, your podcast earlier to now, we got 27 new members. So we are bumping up on for the Crushing Fear, Outwitting the Devil private mastermind. Like, this is not like any other private group. This is all we're talking about is the teachings of the great Napoleon Hill, the book, Outwitting the Devil, that Sharon brought out of the vault for the Napoleon Hill Foundation, annotated the book. And what annotated means is that she pulls it together. She makes it make sense. And Sharon, I was reading you some of my mom's comments about it. She just can't put the book down and just how relevant it is. And I said, do you love it? She goes, no, but it's real. Like, it's, and my mother is a PhD clinical psychologist, I might add. So she's a smart lady. And so she comes at things with a very analytical mind. And so she sees, as being a clinical psychologist. So, but she sees the value of working through the work of outwitting the devil and the mindset and things like that. So we're bumping up on 400 people. Everybody's invited. Sharon and I did how many do we have?
It was absolutely amazing. We're right at 400. We're like 390 or something. It's crazy.
Oh, Anthony just popped on. Hi, Anthony. I watched your Facebook Live earlier today. I've missed you out there. Anyways, so, you called me randomly. For those of you who don't know the story, you called me randomly about 3 or 4 nights ago. It hasn't been that long. It's crazy how people, oh, my mom says, Mom's in the house. Mom, I was talking about you. What was I going to say? You called me and you said, hey, I think that we should jump on and do Outwitting the Devil again. And then from that conversation, we decided to reteach the mastermind you and I had done 2 years ago that sold out at $1,000 a head.
Yep.
And so tell everybody why, because at the end of the day, you own this content. This is your material that I have the honor and the blessing to participate in. And I'm grateful because this book changed my life, but this is owned by Sharon Lechter and the Napoleon Hill Foundation. So this is really your offering to everybody. So I want to let you tell why you so graciously wanted to do this for everybody. Why I drink my Prosecco.
Well, there's no better time. Yeah. There's no better time for this book to come out than right now. If you look at page 61, the devil says, he uses fear to cripple us. And then he says he talks about 6 different times of fear, but then he says the 2 that he really uses the most are the fear of death and the fear of poverty. So what's happening today with this coronavirus and with the stock market and everybody losing their job, from 3.2% unemployment, which was the lowest in decades, to now it's going to be atrocious. We're living in the middle of the devil's work here from a standpoint of fear of ill health or death and fear of poverty. And unless we come together and support each other and recognize that, as Napoleon Hill said, out of every adversity comes the seed of an equal or greater benefit, we need to put on our blinders. We need to put on our glasses that are going to help us identify those opportunities that are right in front of us. And sometimes we can't do that alone. We need to have teamwork. We need to have people that work with us. Just like you and I, when we need each other, we're there. We show up. Yeah. And that's what we want everybody coming into this mastermind to be, is to understand that we're here to support every one of you, and to open that window of recognition, okay, where you start seeing the opportunities, because the successful businesses solve a problem or serve a need, and I think we have a few of each right now. And so we want to help people really conquer that fear, turn it into energy, from fear to energy, to get motivated to seek the next best step in your future. And those people that are energetic and not sitting on the couch watching Netflix are going to be the best prepared to really, because when this economy comes back, it's going to come back in a big way. We want you to be positioned to be able to benefit from by it.
Well, and Sharon, I had just done, Sharon had asked to relaunch a big financial podcast. And so she asked me to be a guest, and we were talking about, the real estate market. And I see Rick Lamar's on here, my friend. And Rick, don't worry. I was talking about the fact that we have not declined in valuations in the real estate market. We look at our 401ks and we look at what's going on in the markets, and it's a nightmare. And my mother's on here, and I will never give any numbers, Mom, but my mom texted me, I've lost this much money, in my hard earned, I've worked my whole life account. Well, you don't lose it until you sell it. So we're not going to panic and sell. But how does that feeling it's all over you, especially when you look at senior citizens like my mom that have worked their whole lives, right? And this is their nest egg. It's terrifying. But Rick, so I'm a firm believer that wealth is in real estate, and it's not in the stock markets. It's absolutely. And so those are some of the things, not only talking about the book, but talking about how to use some of what I think are opportunities during this pandemic. And, don't shoot me, people, but it has given a lot of us time to slow down, to do some things. I've, acquired licenses. I've done I've done stuff that I could have never done if I was running on and off airplanes, traveling all around the country. And so it has afforded me a lot of opportunity. Right. So
you and I used to talk to each other. You and I used to talk to each other from airports, and now it's like we're get a lot. I mean, I keep thinking all the stuff I'm going to get done, but I'm constantly broadcasting, and I'm working harder now than I ever have.
I am too, because I'm back, running part of the mortgage company, and we're busy. It's crazy, but but that being said, so there is, and I think that we'll touch on that, Sharon, like some of the opportunities. What opportunities? Now you're up at your ranch, and guys, gals, I know that it's a little sketchy. I mean, if you were to see Sharon's ranch, to talk about being off the grid is an understatement. It's 50,000 connecting acres of unbelievable, and but she's in nowhere land. So we're hoping we can hold her here on the internet. But Sharon, what has this afforded you the time to do?
Well, right now we've got our whole family here except for our oldest son. So we've got our 2.5-year-old granddaughter up here. So it's giving us great quality time with our family. And we have a 5-year-old granddaughter in love that's here as well with her parents from LA. So it's incredible quality time to spend together. As for me to catch up on another book that I'm writing and getting plans set up for a book launch I have in July called Exit Rich for that new book. But also, just being available to support people. I'm doing 3 to 4 different broadcasts a day. And in support of people looking for the answer, to try and have that message of positivity. Too many people are doom and gloom. We need to focus on what we can do, stay home, stay safe, but also invest in yourself. Invest this time to sharpen your tool chest, to sharpen that axe, so that when we're back out and the economy is starting to roar again, you're positioned to create the success that you deserve.
No, absolutely. And so, one of the things that you and I were on at the same time earlier today, but I had a good friend of mine on. She's a physician here in Austin, Dr. Alina Shalar, and what amazing, amazing lady. And she's a Texas Aggie graduate, which my children went to Texas A&M. Oh, yeah, there's Alex. In fact, hi mom, hi Sharon. So anyways, but she's a good Texas A&M doctor and whatever. And, and she really shared a lot of insight. And so I'm really having time to dig in with people. I mean, she and I used to see each other in passing, and now she's like, whatever I can do, if I can serve. And so it's just been great to find leaders that want to come together and serve. But, again, I want everyone to realize that, you didn't have to allow us to do this, because I know there are certain expectations when with the foundation and, the great work of Napoleon Hill and the great work that you've done. And so, people just don't realize that what we are doing is a minimum. And again, guys and gals, this is no pitch. There's zero pitch. There's zero sell. There's nothing. This is a minimum of $1,000 for a 4-week course that I had the pleasure of being invited to co-host with Sharon. But of course, again, it's Sharon's work and Napoleon Hill's work. And Sharon, you made the decision, as and I know you checked it with everybody else, that you would allow all of that to happen for anybody who wanted to join our mastermind group, and that you would do it. And all we ask, and I asked this, and it's a respect factor. We're not going to check receipts, but that you all go and you purchase the ebook. I think the book's sold out now on Amazon as we speak, but the ebook is available, so you can read it on one of your readers, or better yet, the best in the whole wide world is the Audible book. And so, Sharon, talk about hiring the actors for the Outwitting the Devil Audible book. So anyways, guys and gals, that's all we're asking, out of respect for the work of Sharon and Napoleon Hill. And plus, for your own self, you want to be able to have this to tear through, read, reread, and just really let it sink in. Tell us about that. Tell us about hiring the actors for the Audible book, because that's really interesting.
In most cases, when you write a book, you go in and either you record or you hire an actor, and usually as a professional actor, because you've got to have the voice, you've got to have the cadence to record the audio version of the book. In this case, I spoke to our company that we work with and said, I really think we need to have 2 different actors, because of bulk of the book is this interrogation of the devil, and so it's almost like a radio drama. We've got the Napoleon Hill, the interrogator's voice, and then you have the devil's voice, is grovelly and grumpy, and you can feel the grittiness of his voice. And I've had people call me and say, Sharon, I had to pull off on the side of the road. So it was really fun, and it really is. But I actually recommend you read the book as well as listen to the book, because it's the combination that's so important. And the download, the ebook is available, as well as the audio book, and it's something that it's a pretty amazing the impact that it's had, and it's certainly done what we had hoped it would do, and that was bring the teachings of Napoleon Hill to the younger generation. But I have a secondary request, Lisa. In addition to buying the book for all of you, share this with your friends. Share this with your networks, because then when we go through this together, you guys can break off in your own little group and processes and talk about it and support each other. And so please share this out and invite everybody to come to the group. Lisa's being great at monitoring the group and welcoming people to the group, as is Angela. So I'm getting in there as often as I can. But we would love to have you join us. We're going to kick it off on Wednesday, and I'm excited to, I think it's 2:00
Central.
Pacific?
No, it's 2 Central, 3 Eastern, noon.
Yeah. Noon my time, noon time. And the Facebook page is Crushing Fear by Outwitting the Devil. And that's where you want to join us so that you can see it. So we invite you, and just share that page. No charge. It's completely free. We want to support you in really navigating your way through everything that's happening, because fear is normal. We should be fearful. The issue is, are we allowing that fear to cripple us, or are we using it to motivate us? And we want to motivate you to analyze it and get rid of the fear and turn it into action moving forward.
Sharon, one of the things I talk about when I speak, I say, danger is real and fear is a choice. And it's really powerful to people. And I say, because, according, and Mom, you'll like this, according to Psychology Today magazine, it's in the high 80s of what people fear never materializes. So the analogy I give is that, if you run into a burning building, that's danger, 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 right? But to lay in bed at night and worry about your house burning down, that's fear. And most likely the chances of what we sit and worry about, which is why, WebMD is totally off my thing. I'll never go look, because whatever it is, it's cancer. I don't care. You can have a blip right here and you're going to die, right? And so there is so much worry and fear already in the world. And then let's just topple on a pandemic and fear of people losing their livelihoods, isolation, depression, all of the things that Dr. Shalar and I spoke about today from a medical and a mental standpoint, that you and I will talk about more so, which we're more equipped to do, talking about the financial impact of something like this. And of course, on the other side of that, what are the opportunities? I mean, let's face it, Sharon, we'll just be real. I'll be real. I don't know that we would have done this if the world was clicking along. Great. You and I might have put the Outwitting the Devil out again, but it would have been the $1,000, and we would have put a group together like we did last time, and we would have done it. But this time we said no. And again, originated by you, saying, no, we need to lean in and we need to help people. And so, those are the kind of opportunities that I'm seeing in a lot of places. Like, people want to help and they want to dig in.
Absolutely. And we want to welcome all of you. And if you have specific questions, feel free to put them in the comments or email me, info@Sharon Lechter. If you have specific questions that are bothering you or you're worried about it, let's bring it out. Let's see how we can turn those obstacles into opportunities and release that fear.
Right. Absolutely. All right, Sharon. Well, I know you've been recording all day, as have I. So again, thank you for being so generous with your content and your work. And, thank you to the Napoleon Hill Foundation, because there's so, I've said this before and I'll say it again. You look at all the gurus out there, in the movies that just in today's world that became so famous and big, The Secret and all of the stuff, and everything originated from the work of Napoleon Hill. And so, and many of these people were students of Napoleon Hill, like you are, like I am. And, they created their own programs because of the teachings, based on the teachings or their beliefs of what Napoleon Hill. I mean, if every one of you have not read Think and Grow Rich, I mean, that's just 101. I think they ought to make every kid in elementary school read it, because they're smart enough nowadays. My Eli could read it and understand it, but the principles. And just from there. So it'll be every Wednesday, y'all, Wednesdays at 2 p.m. Central, 3 p.m. Eastern, noon Pacific. It's all in the group. The tag to the group is at the top of this Facebook that you clicked on, but I'll have somebody will put it in the comments, but you can find it. It's Crushing Fear by Outwitting the Devil. Just put it in the search bar on Facebook, find it, join the group. Like I said, we're probably over 400 as we speak right now. And that's only been in a few days. I mean, we want to get this message, just like Sharon said, to as many people as we can get this message, because this message is freedom. This is going to show you how to repurpose fear. Fear's real. We're not going to get away. It's scary. I haven't even watched the news all day today. I don't want to. It's scary, but how do you repurpose that fear? How do you push through the fear? How do you find opportunity in tragedy? Because I hate to say it, it's probably the capitalist in me, but there's a lot of opportunity out there.
Yes. Total reset. And you're either going to be impacted by it or you're going to help create it.
Yeah. Oh, there you go. The words from the great Sharon Lechter. I'm not sure what else we could say past that, because you're right. Yep. All right. Well, everybody.
Well, thank you, Lisa. I'm glad we hopped on this with all our full makeup on and raring to go, but excited about this. And again, please share it with your networks and your friends so we can really create a a wall of positivity to impact everybody's fear. Outwit the fear, right?
That's it.
Crush the fear by outwitting.
That's it. All right.
Thanks, my dear.
Thank you. Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Join the group. Invite your friends. Bye.